She has to be attractive to you. Now, guys, this is what I'm saying. I know that this might so some of y'all, this like, what do you mean? Like every guy knows that. No, some guys don't. Some guys feel like they gotta marry someone they're not attracted to get all the qualities that they desire in a woman. As far as a godly woman, a nurturing woman, a woman who cooks and cleans, whatever that man was looking for, a woman who's purpose driven, a woman who's doing whatever that is. A lot of men make the decision to marry a woman they're not attracted to. Now, here's the thing. She don't have to be. I was talking to somebody about this earlier. I was talking to my trainer about this earlier. She don't need to be IG model bad. I mean, look, can we keep it real? Can we keep it real? A lot of men like, there's no women out here, there's no women out here, there's no women. Where are you looking? I feel like y'all are looking at one looking type of woman and saying, none of them, I want the IG model or the woman that looks like one to be the one that prays, is smart, is this. She can pray me out of situation. I mean, I've seen men. I would take her to church. We gonna have this relationship. She's just so pretty, and she just this, and she's smart, and y'all, again, there's lots of women that have great qualities. They don't necessarily need to be. I look at this from a different perspective, right? Let's keep it very real. A lot of women that have, and I'm saying this, and I'm like, I guess I follow. Pam, do I fall in this category? When they have a large following, like there's a large male presence that follows them. And a lot of it is because of their attractiveness. Now we can say that with you're known, you have a certain amount of following, people know you, you know what I'm saying? It's harder to find certain attributes in those women. Now there's women that fall in between that a lot of men are ignoring. I just had this conversation recently. And in the conversation I had recently, I said to this person, I said, listen, I feel like you're saying there's not many women like this, but I don't think you're looking at everyone. I think you're only looking at certain women, right? And you're saying none of them have the traits, but they are less likely to have the traits, those types of traits. That doesn't mean there aren't beautiful women that have the traits that men are looking for. We're just looking for the women that a lot of maybe, have larger platforms, the hundreds of thousands or the tens of thousands or the millions. We're looking for them to be this type of woman. And there's others in between those women. There's maybe 10% of the Instagram population are those women that have hundreds of thousands of followers or tens, like those things. It's only a certain percentage. It's not. So when you're only looking at them and saying, well, they're just sexualizing themselves, they're just doing this and they're just doing that. Well, yeah. But there's other women that are living integral lives that are good quality women that you're not paying attention to because you're fixated on wanting, a woman with a lot of followers that men want or is desirable. We want that woman to be all these things. And I'm going to be honest with you, that's harder to find. There's a lot of women. So that's one side. There's a lot of women that are attractive that absolutely have everything you desire. And so there's a twofold here. One fold, I'm saying, don't limit yourself and only look at this type of woman. Like, I need her to look like this, right? Like I don't know how to, y'all, I'm trying to describe it in a way, but I cannot find the words that I'm trying to use. And I want to say IG model, but that's not what I'm trying to say, but like an influencer or someone that has a large following that, a lot of men are attracted to. A lot of men are looking for those women because that's a woman that a lot of men want. So they, as a man, is territorial. Men want creme de la creme. Men want what other men, it's like, I'm like, I'm the king. I want her. Like, I want to, lock that down, but that's not a wife. And I think men know that, but they want that woman to be another woman. And that's not that woman. There's very few and far between that will have more qualities because they're not encouraged to have more qualities. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Okay. I'm just going to speak for me. I thank God for his presence in my life, because outside of that, if I didn't have encounters with God that absolutely changed my perception, everything I would do is very much about what I look like, because that's what's constantly being reinforced. If I didn't have an encounter with God, and I give glory to God, it's not about me. If I didn't have an encounter with God, everything else about my existence has been about physical. So that's what you're being reinforced with, that's what you use, because that's what's being reinforced. And so there's certain women that may fall into that category. They get a lot of attention for what they look like. They're not working on other aspects of self, because the only thing that's being reinforced is how they look. There's usually like a coming to Jesus moment, something that happens to them if they do have this moment that changes how they see things. But otherwise than that, psychologically speaking, they just only have this encounter with the world. And so that's what they value, because that's what the world values. Does that make sense? And so a lot of men are wanting these women to be more than that, but they've never needed to be more than that. They've only needed to be pretty. They've only needed to have a body. That's all they needed to enter into the door. And I'm sorry, that's not a wife. That's not a wife. A lot of men utilize that to say, oh, I got a bad chick with me, but that's not a wife. A bad chick is not a wife. She's beautiful, but how does she make it an asset? So when men come at me about women, I'm like, you're literally talking to me. What other qualities do you see that I don't? Besides the fact that she's bad. Because bad ain't gonna hold you down when times are tough. Bad isn't gonna have your back when you need somebody to have your back. Bad ain't gonna raise your kids the way you need them to be raised. Bad isn't gonna pray for you outside of a slump when inevitably you find one. Bad isn't gonna scratch your back and rub your head when things are really, really rough and you don't have anything to fight for. Bad isn't gonna do that. Bad is gonna sit there and look at you and say, okay. They never had to be more than bad. Now, that's not all bad women. I'm saying a lot of times when men are coming at me about certain women, that's my question. If I'm going off of, I think I've said this to you guys before. When I was in college, I had an experience that shifted my life. I had a near-death experience, a thing called Stevens-Johnson syndrome. Stevens-Johnson syndrome, if you ever know, is it's an extreme allergy to medication. It literally changed my physical appearance overnight. Literally overnight. And I'm not going to describe it. It was horrible. In that time, I had a guy I was dating. He saw me. He was appalled by what he saw. Sorry, I saw a comment that made me roll my eyes. Was appalled, and our relationship was then on the rocks. That shifted me because I realized that in that moment, the only thing that was holding him there was my physical. When I didn't have it anymore, it didn't matter. And here's the thing, I didn't have any more to hold on to. All I had held on to it by that time in my life was physical. And so over time, I had to learn. Soraya, close the door. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to learn character. I had to learn that it means so much more than just being pretty. Because I didn't even know if I was ever going to look the same again. I had no idea how I was going to heal from this situation. Soraya, close the door, please, baby. Please. Please, baby. Thank you, mama. But again, that's why I say to you, it's important for you to find somebody you're attracted to, because that doesn't work either. Men cannot go against their attraction. I'm sorry. I've met a lot of men. If they don't feel like this woman is physically appealing to them, they cannot go. And the woman feels it, family. Like, I know it may seem admirable, but a woman wants to be desired. A woman desires to be desired. So when a woman doesn't feel that desire, she literally is like, does he want me or not? And a man can't hide his attraction. That's why I think it's very important. I really do believe God is going to, if God chooses a woman for you, it's going to be a woman you're attracted to. Because he built you. He knows you need it. He knows you need to be attracted to this woman to, want to do right by her. She's going to get a better version of you because you're attracted to her. It's very important. Now, somebody's on here and they're talking about women being with men they're not attracted to. I don't know if you've ever watched any other show I've done. I'm going to assume no. I don't agree with women dating men they're not attracted to. I've always said this. Even if, for me, the guy that I decide to be with, I don't care if he look like Kermit the Frog. I'm praying for God to want me to want him in such a way that y'all can think he Kermit the Frog, but I think he the finest thing moving. And some women don't mind a man that they're not. I don't think that that's wise. It doesn't matter as much to women, but for women like me, I need to be attracted to you. I need that. My body doesn't work. My body does not work the way it is intended to. If I am not with a man, I'm not attracted to. It's not gonna move. It's not gonna do right. It's not gonna do right. My body is not gonna do right. So that's why I said to myself, I can't, if it ain't doing right, nobody gonna be happy. So I need to be attracted to that man, but that don't mean everybody gonna find him attractive. I just know I gotta be. So I prayed to God. I said, Lord, when you bring him in, make sure I think he fine. I don't care what y'all think about him. Make sure I think he fine. And I say the same thing for a man. I've seen men try to go against their attraction. A man needs to be attracted to his woman. God is not going to pair you with a woman you're not attracted to. You're going to have a drawing toward this woman. Like, what is up with me and this girl? Like, golly. This one got my combination. You know, this one got my nose wide open. I don't know what she got going on, but what's up with her? Like, God's going to send you that. Right? And we may just be looking, what I mentioned before, we may be looking in the wrong places for that feeling. We're thinking it's going to come from here. And God said, no, it's going to come from here. We might be looking in the social media streets for what you should be looking for in your local neighborhood. That's my whole point. Sometimes guys are saying there's not any women, but where are you looking, beloved? Where are you looking? Some men find their wives on social media. Some don't. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.